Hi, if you like the video, please remember to subscribe. Hi, it's Rob from robandunphoto.com with a quick sort of pre-photo walk check I do with my camera bag and my camera that I thought might come in useful to watchers and listeners at the robandunphoto.com blog and the SCL Photo podcast. Okay, so this is my little sort of photo walk camera bag that I take if I'm just going to be using one lens. It's a little low pro bag. It's nice and light. I've put a different strap on it, a free one I got from SmugMug that's nice and flexible so it doesn't hurt when it's on my shoulder. First thing I do is take my camera out, so I'm not worried about that at the moment, and just check the contents of the bag. So let's have a look and see what I have inside. In the front pocket I have a body cap just in case I need it, polarising lens that will fit the lens that's on my camera at the moment, spare battery just in case, and then there's a general cloth for sort of cleaning the body of the camera and the sort of rear LCD screen and the viewfinder at the back. So that's all there, everything I need, so that can be done up again. And then inside the bag, in the little pocket at the top, I have some lens cloths for cleaning the front and rear elements of the lens, spare SD card in case I shoot loads of shots, and some business cards if I want to give them out. So that's all there, so that's all cool. So that can be zipped up, so I know my bag's ready to go. So what I need to do now is check my camera. And then the first thing I do is just give the camera a visual sort of check to start off with. Does the lens need cleaning? Does the viewfinder need cleaning? Does the rear LCD need cleaning? Is my lens set to automatic focus or manual focus? Have I got my tripod mount on, which obviously I have. Batteries in there, that's good. CF cards in there, excellent. And then what I do is I then turn the camera on, it's already on in this case, and just quickly flick the info button and just check things like the date and time are correct. There's no automatic exposure bracketing on, the white balance is correct, and I've got all the normal settings. And then what I do is I then look at the screen at the top. So what I'll then just check is that what I'm looking for is RAW at the top, so I'm shooting in RAW and I'm on single exposure bracketing, single shot exposure, sorry, so it's not on multiple exposure or on shutter delay, so that's fine. Obviously if it was on JPEG I would then go into the menus and change it to JPEG or change it back to RAW if it wasn't on that. And then the next thing I do is something called the WIFE checklist, which stands for white balance, ISO, focus and exposure. So we start at the beginning with work for white balance, so I press the white balance button there, bring up the white balance and just check that it's on auto white balance, which it is, so that's good. ISO, so I'm set at 100, so that's alright, but I might set it to 200 if it's a bit dark, so that's good. And then next thing is focusing, so press the AF button and I make sure I'm in one shot focus mode. If I was doing sports or moving subjects I might use AI focus or AI servo, but I tend to focus and recompose, so I'll stick with that. And then at the end is E for exposure. So for me what that really means is if I'm going to be shooting aperture priority mode, make sure I'm in aperture priority. Looking at the display at the top, just making sure that I haven't dialed in any exposure compensation, so I'm good. And then just change it from an aperture priority, changing the aperture to something I'm probably going to shoot with straight away, maybe something like f5.6, or if it was dark I might sort of take that down to f3.2. And that's it really. So now I know camera's off. As soon as I take it out of the bag, turn it on, I'm going in aperture priority mode, I'm going to be in an aperture that I need to use, and my camera's all going to be set up. I'm not going to have any shocks by accidentally shooting in JPEG or shooting with a tungsten white balance, even though it doesn't really matter with RAW, or I know I'm not going to have my autofocus hunting all over the place because I've set it for continuous focusing. So there we go. So that's sort of the pre-shoot checklist I do, and then the wife camera checklist. Hope that comes in handy to everybody. That's Rob from robnunphoto.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Flickr.